What is up, guys? It's Sophie. Today I'm filming from my mom's room, so like that's why the background looks different. But I wanted to make a video on the entire Kanye West situation because, as we probably all know by now, he is running for president. I know that there are going to be people that end up voting for him, and I haven't made a video about his campaign on I don't even fucking like calling it a campaign because this entire thing just doesn't feel real, and we're gonna get into it. I haven't talked about it on this channel yet, but he recently did his first campaign rally, which I have some opinions on, and I want to sit down and talk to you guys about it. As you can tell by the title, you already know my stance on Kanye and just his decisions and the statements that he says and the things that he does. And I want to make a disclaimer before I even get into my thoughts. I don't want to reduce his problematic ideals down to mental illness. I don't want to do that because I think that that's an unfair justification to give him, because there are people that suffer from mental illness and their mental illness will show up in their decisions or their opinions or their behavior. And I'm not trying to reduce Kanye West down to that, but I think that it's something that I want to bring up because nobody has confirmed the state of his mental health, and I genuinely believe that there is a reason why. So last night Kim Kardashian was trending because there was a really significant point in his campaign speech where Kanye mentions that Kim was considering aborting their first daughter, Northwest. He started getting choked up talking about it. He started crying, and this kind of led into his personal politics on abortion.
She said she was pregnant, and for 1 month and 2 months and 3 months we talked about her not having this child. She had the pills in her hand. People know these pills where you take the pills, and if you take it, it's a wrap. The baby's gone. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
My first instinct when watching this clip was that it really gave me Black Mirror kind of vibe, seeing him break down in front of all of these people, and it was blatantly obvious that there was something wrong. It looked like he kind of just winged the entire speech, and he gets to this part where he starts getting emotional, he starts crying, and just there are cameras up everywhere, just like everybody's just filming him, and I'm sitting there like, bro, like, is somebody gonna actually ask him, like, are you good? Literally, are you good? Mentally, are you there? And the connection that I made was, there's this clip of Amy Winehouse doing one of her very last concerts ever, and she was obviously under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Like, it was very blatantly clear that there was something wrong with her, and people just had their phones up and their camcorders up. Like, that's all they were doing. Like, it was so obvious that there was something wrong because she was a celebrity. The fact that she was stumbling over her words, that it was obvious that she was on drugs, that she was tripping over herself, like that just looked like more entertainment for them. Kanye West crying during his very first campaign rally, talking about how they almost aborted Northwest, and then people are just like this, like with their phones up. It kind of just goes back to the fact that like we don't take anything that has to do with like celebrity culture seriously, even when it is serious. Like, even if there is an actual genuine problem, we don't take it seriously. And it was kind of what I was talking about in my last video with Naya Rivera's death, when people were making jokes about her death or tying it back into the show Glee and stuff like that. It's like, you don't know how to take things seriously when it has to do with Hollywood or celebrities because they're only accessible from our screens, and so it doesn't seem as real. I saw a tweet that said like Kim Kardashian should really confirm or make a statement about the stability of her husband's mental health. Seriously though, not for like tabloids and not for money, but just like a comment on the state of his well-being that you would consider if it were any other person, like if it were any other average person that is not a celebrity. I definitely don't think that she should be blamed for what he's doing, because also I personally don't think that he consults her before he does these radical things, unless the entire thing is like a publicity stunt that they're all in on. But I don't personally believe that. I think that anything that a celebrity does, we think it's a publicity stunt because they're celebrities, which is why it may be so hard for us to take the fact that they're a celebrity away from what's actually going on, which is there may be something wrong with this man that nobody's talking about because he's a celebrity. So I personally don't think that she's consulted on like what he does. I don't think she knew that he was gonna mention the entire thing about Northwest and then proceed to give his politics on abortion. I don't think she was aware of that, so I don't think that she should be blamed for it, but I think that it definitely needs to be addressed. I can't look at the past things that he's done over the few years and be like, this is normal. Like, this is, everything's chill. That being said, please don't vote for Kanye in November. Please don't do it. He hasn't even filled out the required paperwork to run for president. He is not going to be elected as president. You voting for him will be you wasting a vote. Just please don't do it. Also, like, I watched his campaign rally and I didn't agree with a lot of the shit that he said. I was more so focused on how disorganized and scattered the entire rally was and how scattered his thoughts were. Like his entire thing about Harriet Tubman, just something so incorrect and just so uninformed.
When Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
And he's saying it in front of all of these people that all have their phones up. With every single point that he made, it looked more and more as if it were a joke, but I don't think he was joking. Like, I genuinely don't think that he was joking. He made a comment about like, I wouldn't make abortion illegal, but every woman that didn't get an abortion would get $1 million.
So my body, my choice. So send these things so you got it. My stance is not to make abortion illegal at all. It should always be legal, but there should be an option of maximum increase for everyone. Maximum increase would be everybody that has a baby gets $1 million or something in that event.
We hear these things and we're like laughing, like this can't be real, like what the fuck, like this is such a joke, but I don't think he was joking. That makes me concerned. That makes me concerned. Not that like he's gonna get into office, because I know he's not. Kanye West is not going to be elected as president of this country. More just concerned that somebody with that much influence, that much power, that much money, that big of a platform is using his platform to say these things. Like, that's why I'm more concerned, which is why like I really am personally interested in knowing if just like his mental health is okay. Like that's my first thought. And then also like I couldn't stop thinking of just like that one Black Mirror episode, White Bear. The entire episode was spent with the girl being filmed. If you've seen White Bear, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, watch it and try to see where I'm coming from when I say like seeing this. Reminded me of parts of that episode. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on it. I'm so curious to know what you guys think. Like, what did you make of his campaign rally speech, whatever the fuck? Do you think it's a joke? Do you think it's real? Like, I hate saying that it's a joke though, or that it's like a publicity stunt, because it's like, that's how we write off every single thing that a celebrity does. It's like, oh, it's just a publicity stunt. You know, I saw people saying that Naya's disappearance was a publicity stunt. Like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, when I say we are so desensitized and so far from celebrity culture that we think of it as like this one big reality TV show, when it's not. Like, people are looking at Kanye West being like, oh my gosh, this is so funny, like this is so hilarious, but it's like, bro, you don't know that. You don't know if he's kidding. To me, I don't think that it's a publicity stunt. I don't think that his wife knows what he says before he says it, or like what he's about to do next. I don't think that she's aware of that. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on it. Comment down below what you guys think. Don't vote for Kanye, drink water, wear a mask, subscribe to this channel if you aren't already. Once you do, hit the post notification bell. And yeah, I love you, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.